So this is a new video of maths learning for the week of the 27th of April for Edinburgh class. So like we normally do in maths, I thought we'd start off with one of our flashbacks. So you can pause the video while you have a go at this to warm your brain up. It's all questions that we've done through the year. And then don't forget, if you want the extra challenge, have a go at telling the time on the clock. Okay, pause the video while you have a go at these 5 questions and then carry on watching and see what the answers are. Okay, so the first one, what is 25 multiplied by 6? That's 150. So it's 25 6 times 150. What is 12 divided by 2? That means shared by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Number 3, work out 6 multiplied by 100. That will be 600. And number 4, add together 800 and 120. The easiest way to do it is to add the hundreds first. You get 900 and then you'll have 20 more, 920. And then if you did have a look at the clock, it is quite tricky to see, but I do think this is probably the longer hand. So it is 11 minutes to 6. But if you put 10:30, probably have a little think about, that might be almost right, but I think this is probably just slightly shorter hand on this one. Okay, so this week we're going to be having a look at rounding, and today we're going to have a look at rounding to the nearest 10. So to start off with, we need to think about, when we're rounding to the nearest 10, what multiples of 10 numbers are in between, because when we round to the nearest 10, our answer will always be a multiple of 10. So let's look at this one with nice small numbers. So we've got 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And it's asking us which multiples of 10 do these numbers sit between? Well, the first number, the start of the number line, is 20. If I can get my pen to put that in. So this one would sit between 20. And at this end of the number line, the multiple of 10 that it sits between would be 30. So these numbers sit in between 20 and 30. So if I circle the number 27, you can see that it would be closest to 30, because that's the multiple of 10 that we said. 27 is closer to 30. So 27 then, rounded to the nearest 10, will be 30. Because 27 is closer, when you put them on a number line, to 30. Okay, I want you to have a think now about the number 23. Which multiple of 10 is 23 closest to? Well, 23 would be closest to this multiple of 10, which was 20. So if we were going to round 23 to the nearest 10, it would round to 20. Okay, so let's have a look at this number line. So this number line is the numbers between 40 and 50, all of them marked on there for you. Which numbers would round down to 40 and which numbers would round up to 50? So when you think about it, think which of these numbers would go back rounding down to 40 and which of these numbers would round up to 50. Can you remember the rule to help you decide when you don't have a number line to have a look at them? So the numbers that would round down to 40 are 40, obviously, 41, 42, 43 and 44, because they're all closest to 40. And the numbers that would round up to 50 are 46, 47, 48, 49 and 50. And then we're left here with 45. The middle one's always tricky because it's the same distance both ways when you're rounding it. But if you remember, the rule in rounding is that we have a look at the ones when we're rounding to the nearest 10. And if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 in the ones column, you always round up. And if it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, then you round down. So 45 would round up to 50. So the numbers that round down to 40 are 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44. And the numbers which would round up to 50 are 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 and 50. Okay, now it's your turn. So pause the video while you have a go at these questions here, and then when you're ready, press play again and we can check your answers. Okay, let's have a check of the answers. So the first one, 41, the nearest 10 is 40. Have a check down the rest of this screen. Pause the video if you need to while you check down your answers. Give yourselves a tick if you got them right. If you didn't quite get them right, have a little try at fixing them and put them back on the number line, see if you can work out why you might have chosen the wrong one. Okay, let's have a look at some slightly bigger numbers. So this time we're going to look in the hundreds numbers. So again, we've picked the multiple of 10 that our number is closest, that our numbers sit between. So in this case, we're looking at numbers that sit between 120 and 130. And we're going to use this number line to help us complete the sentences. You can try and say them along at the same time as me. 121 is closer to 120 than 130. 124 is closer to 120 than 130. 127 is closer to 130 than 120. 125 is the same distance as it is from 120 to 130. So like I've just said, that one, remember you have to look in the ones digit, and if it's 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 in the ones digit, we'd round that one up. So if we rounded those numbers now, each to the nearest 10, 121 would round to 120, 124 would round down to 120, 127 would round up to 130 because it's got 7 in the ones, and 125 would round up to 130 because it's got 5 in the ones. Okay, so you can now have a go at these ones. Pause the video again while you have a little go. Okay, so some of these were a little bit trickier because there was different representations. Hopefully you've remembered all our Roman numeral work that we did quite some time ago in year 4. So this one here, the number was 210. So I've made a mistake on this one. This one should actually be 210, not 110. This one actually rounds to 210. 712. Nearest 10 here will be 710. This one here was representing 405, sorry. So that would round up to 410. This Roman numeral here was x10 and another 10 and then 9, 29. So that would round up to 30. Using the base 10 here, 312 was represented in this picture. So that would round down to 310. And then here, these Roman numerals were C, that's 100, and 10, and then VIII is 8, so 118. That would round up to 120. Okay, so let's have a look at this challenge. Circle the numbers that round to 380 to the nearest 10. So when you've chosen a number, if it would round to 380, you need to choose it. Pause the video while you try and find out which of these numbers would round to 380. Okay, these are the ones that you should have chosen. 379, 381 and 375. They would all round to 380. Let's have a go at another one. This time, circle the numbers that round to 200 to the nearest 10. Again, pause the video while you have a little try at this one. Okay, these are the ones that would round to 200 when we're going to the nearest 10. 196 would round up, and 195 would round up to the nearest 10 to 200. Okay, have a little read of this question. There are 450 children in a school to the nearest 10. So how many children could there be in the school? Have a little pause of the video while you try and work that one out. Okay, so these are the answers that you could have chosen. There could be 445, 446, all those numbers there that I have put on the screen, that number of children in the school. Hopefully you got one of those answers.